we proudly present Women Wrestling Wars. In this ongoing series, we delve into the enthralling world of WWE, dissecting the thrilling segments and matches from Raw, ECW, and SmackDown on a week-by-week basis. Our ultimate goal is to determine which brand consistently delivered the most riveting and entertaining content. Rankings and recap for the latest episode. Raw 3 points. John Morrison with Melina defeats Carlito vs Shelton Benjamin. Intercontinental Championship. Melina's involvement in saving Morrison's title reign continues to elevate their par. Trish Stratus and Candice Michelle vs Mickie James and Victoria, featuring Torrie Wilson as a special referee. This match builds on existing rivalries and showcases strong in-ring action. The pairing of Victoria and Mickie James as a psycho team is particularly compelling. Mick Foley asks Melina to be his valet, starting a new storyline, adds depth to Melina's character and opens up new narrative possibilities. Edge and Lita watching John Cena vs Matt Striker. Their ongoing attempts to antagonize Cena add continuity to their storyline. 2006 Diva search third elimination. ECW 1 point. Test and Mike Knox with Kelly vs Tommy Dreamer and Sandman in an Extreme Rules match. Kelly's involvement keeps her at the forefront of ECW's Vixen representation, but the match's focus is more on the hardcore style. ECW Locker Room turns their back on Paul Heyman, featuring a Francine cameo. Adds nostalgia but lacks long-term impact as Francine isn't signed yet. Ariel and Kevin Thorn send a message to the ECW Locker Room, starts to build their presence but needs further development. SmackDown 5 points. Ashley Massaro vs Kristal, the only singles women's match of the week, offering a decisive and engaging contest in their rivalry. McCool managing Damien Sandow and KC James, introduces a new tag team, revitalizing the SmackDown tag division. Vickie Guerrero returns to stop Rey Mysterio and Chavo Guerrero. Vickie's return after Eddie's death to intervene in this family feud adds emotional depth. King Booker with Queen Sharmell vs The Undertaker, featuring a rare appearance by The Undertaker. This match is a major draw, significantly enhanced by Queen Sharmell's involvement. Current standings: Raw 38 points, SmackDown 19 points, ECW 14 points. The atmosphere in the arena was electric as the WWE Women's title match between Trish Stratus and Mickie James was about to get underway. The two athletes locked up in the center of the ring, ready to give the audience a match to remember. However, before the match could truly find its stride, an unexpected interruption brought everything to a screeching halt. Edge, accompanied by Lita, made a dramatic entrance, demanding that the match, and indeed, the entire show, be stopped immediately. Proclaiming himself the reigning champion, Edge voiced his frustration over being sidelined. Edge, seizing the moment, insisted that Trish remain in the ring to hear him out. With a tone of indignation, he lamented his treatment as a two-time champion, expressing his dissatisfaction with the lack of respect he felt he was receiving.
You want an example?
Edge highlighted the unfairness of being scheduled to face John Cena at SummerSlam. He further criticized the stipulation that he could lose his title on a disqualification. Edge's grievances did not end there. He pointed out the glaring omission of his presence on the SummerSlam promotional poster, where D-Generation X and Cena were prominently featured.
In his natural pose, looking like a complete idiot.
Trish Stratus also made appearances on the poster, the latter mocked by Edge's propensity for injuries. Edge's frustration extended to the cover of the WWE magazine, where he had anticipated being featured.
You know, I heard a rumor that it was someone from Toronto.
Only to be overlooked in favor of Trish, whom he disparagingly noted had not won a match. Determined to assert his dominance and prove his worth, Edge vowed to triumph over Cena at SummerSlam. Lita, echoing Edge's sentiments, lambasted Trish with harsh words.
No talent slut!
Setting off a physical altercation between the two women. As the brawl escalated, Edge intervened. This, however, led to Lita delivering a spear to Trish, further escalating the chaos in the ring. Just when it seemed that Trish was at a disadvantage, Carlito rushed to the ring, intent on making the save. His efforts were initially successful, as he managed to clear the ring of Edge and Lita, as Edge quickly retaliated with a devastating spear, leaving Carlito incapacitated in the ring. The unexpected interruption and ensuing melee left the audience in disbelief, as what was anticipated to be a historic women's title match turned into a showcase of grievances and rivalries, setting the stage for future confrontations and unresolved tensions. As the intensity of the evening continued to build, the Intercontinental Champion Nitro and Melina made their way to the announcer's position, their eyes locked on the ring. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation for the Intercontinental Championship #1 Contenders match, featuring Shelton Benjamin squaring off against the formidable Kane. As soon as the bell rang, Shelton unleashed his agility and technique with a springboard bulldog, managing to secure an early 2 count. He didn't let up, delivering a flurry of rights and attempting to take control with a whip, but Kane quickly countered, showcasing his power by lifting Shelton up. Shelton managed a narrow escape and rolled Kane up for another near fall. Kane, undeterred, captured Shelton and hurled him into the corner, where he unleashed a series of chopping blows. Kane's dominance continued, a corner charge followed by a clothesline further weakened Shelton. Kane then executed a whip into a side slam, adding to the punishment. Seizing the moment, Kane ascended to the top rope, delivering a flying clothesline that seemed to spell the end for Shelton. As Kane prepared for the finishing blow, Shelton miraculously escaped, only to find himself caught once more. Shelton countered the chokeslam attempt into a DDT, nearly securing the victory. Shelton, sensing the tide might be turning, launched a series of attacks. However, his attempt at an exploder was blocked. This time, Shelton couldn't escape the chokeslam that followed, sealing his fate. Kane emerged victorious, becoming the #1 contender for the Intercontinental title. As he stood in the ring, his gaze fixed on Nitro, a palpable tension filled the air. Continuing his search, Shane, the security personnel, quick to respond to the chaos, intervened, pulling HBK off Shane. Trish and Carlito versus Edge and Lita. The tension was palpable as Carlito and Edge kicked off the match, their animosity fueling a fierce exchange of blows that quickly escalated to a brawl. Carlito unleashed a series of lefts, but Edge retaliated with a boot, momentarily gaining the upper hand. Going for a cover that Edge narrowly escaped, the battle intensified as Edge, brimming with aggression, laid into Carlito with boots and slaps, showcasing his dominance with a perfectly timed standing dropkick that again brought him close to victory. The momentum shifted as Carlito, fueled by determination, fought back, delivering a sequence of moves culminating in a clothesline that electrified the crowd. The match took a turn as Lita and Trish were tagged in, with Trish immediately taking the offensive with a thus press, unleashing a barrage of rights, knees, and forearms on Lita. The intensity between the two women mirrored that of their partners, with Trish dominating early until Lita managed to turn the tide with an elbow and a high-risk second rope clothesline, nearly securing the win. Lita, seizing control, subjected Trish to a grueling rear headlock, but Trish's resilience shone through as she fought her way out, only to be taken down again. The battle between them was a testament to their rivalry, with each woman pushing the other to their limits. As the match progressed, the teamwork between Carlito and Trish became evident. Their synchronized double dropkick sending their opponents reeling and providing a moment of triumph before the commercial break. Upon return, the scene had shifted dramatically, with Edge now firmly in control over Carlito. The back and forth between them was a masterclass in technical and high-flying maneuvers, with Carlito's moonsault flip further tipping the scales in their favor. As the match reached its climax, the women were once again tagged in, with Trish mounting a spirited comeback, her chops and dropkicks a testament to her fighting spirit. However, the match's turning point came when Edge's intervention allowed Lita to gain the upper hand, leading to a series of high-stakes maneuvers that left the audience on the edge of their seats. The culmination of their efforts was a heart-stopping moment when Edge delivered a devastating spear to Trish, a move that seemed to spell the end for her. In the end, despite Carlito's best efforts to even the odds, Lita managed to secure the pin, granting victory to her and Edge. The aftermath saw Carlito in a tension-filled WWE ring. The Miz stood surrounded by the hopeful gazes of the final 5 2006 Diva Search contestants: Jen, Layla, Rosa, and JT. Each contestant was on edge, knowing that for one of them, the dream was about to end. The Miz, thriving in the suspenseful atmosphere, slowly paced before the contestants, his every move watched by an anxious audience. Finally, The Miz stopped his pacing.
She ain't no diva. She ain't no diva. She ain't no diva.
In the upcoming segment of the Diva Search, The Miz introduces a challenge called Diss the Diva, with Jen kicking things off. She describes herself as being as agile as a cat and purring like a kitten, provocatively asking,
Who wants to tame this kitty?
Layla follows, boasting about her superior physique
Don't have nothing on me. I got more ass.
and warning her competitors about her prowess in the ring. Rosa then highlights her genuine combat training, emphasizing her desire to gain the fans' respect through her skills. Lastly, JT makes a statement about her natural star quality, asserting that she doesn't need to rely on elaborate outfits to stand out, even amidst some audience disapproval.
Let me talk to her. All these niggas wanna fuck JT. They do. Hellcat, this a SRT.
In a high-energy match on ECW, Knox, accompanied by Kelly, squared off against the seasoned veteran Tommy Dreamer in what was anticipated to be a hard-hitting affair. From the moment Dreamer was making his way into the ring, Knox launched a surprise attack, setting a rapid pace for the match. Knox attempted to gain the upper hand early with a backdrop, but Dreamer quickly countered. The action escalated as Dreamer executed a cactus clothesline. Knox found himself on the receiving end of a painful encounter with the steel steps, courtesy of Dreamer's aggressive strategy. The battle moved back into the ring where Dreamer, seizing the moment, delivered a middle rope elbow drop, narrowly securing a 2 count against Knox. As the match intensified, Paul Heyman made his appearance, distracting Dreamer at a crucial moment. Dreamer, undeterred, managed to hit his signature DDT, but before he could capitalize, security guards intervened, assaulting Dreamer and halting his momentum. Knox, seizing the opportunity amidst the chaos, delivered a DDT of his own, quickly pinning Dreamer for an unexpected victory. The aftermath saw Heyman and the security guards preparing for a double beatdown on Dreamer, but they were abruptly interrupted by the arrival of Sandman, who charged into the ring to make the save. Upon returning, Heyman confronted Sandman, revealing a twist in the narrative. Heyman explained that Dreamer was originally slated for another match, presumably a tag team match from the previous week, but plans had changed. Instead, Sandman would now face his next challenge solo, with the added stipulation of regular rules being enforced, which notably meant no use of his iconic cane.
Don't worry! Don't worry!
In a heated matchup between Test and Mike Knox against Sandman, tensions ran high as the action unfolded in the ring. Following an earlier confrontation involving Tommy Dreamer, Test capitalized on the chaos, launching a vicious surprise attack by delivering a brutal kick to Dreamer's head. Sandman attempted to even the odds by wielding his signature cane, aiming to strike Knox. However, his attempt was futile. Seizing the opportunity, Test seized control of the situation, relentlessly assaulting Sandman and initiating a relentless double-team assault alongside Knox. The heels maintained their dominance. However, the tide of the match began to turn when Test's overconfidence led to a critical error, as he missed a charging maneuver in the corner. Sandman capitalized on the opening, delivering a surprising dropkick to Knox before seizing control of his trusty cane. In a daring move, Sandman wielded the cane, utilizing it to strike Knox, prompting the referee to call for a quick disqualification. With his opponents incapacitated, Sandman stood tall in the ring, asserting his dominance before making a swift exit. During the clash between Thorn, accompanied by Ariel, and Al Snow, the match took an intriguing turn right from the start. Ariel's attempt to distract Snow momentarily shifted his focus, yet Snow's seasoned awareness allowed him to anticipate Thorn's attack. The two competitors engaged in a fierce battle in the corner of the ring, exchanging heavy blows. Thorn managed to gain the upper hand, showcasing his strength by hoisting Snow into a Canadian gutbuster. Not stopping there, Thorn delivered a powerful shoulder block in a bold display of affection. Thorn took a moment amidst the competition to passionately kiss Ariel, drawing both ire and awe from the audience. With Snow struggling to regain his composure, Thorn capitalized by executing a rope-assisted stunner, a move that seemed to sap the last of Snow's resistance. Unfazed by the critical state of the match, Thorn once again engaged in a display of affection with Ariel. Seeing an opportunity to conclude the match, Thorn prepared for his final move. He executed a devastating crucifix bomb on Snow, sealing the victory. In a tense backstage segment on SmackDown, Vickie Guerrero is seen confronting Chavo Guerrero about the escalating feud. With a mix of frustration and concern, Vickie questions Chavo's motives, asking him why he's perpetuating this conflict.
The war on Rey has to stop.
Chavo, defiant and unapologetic, shifts the blame onto Rey Mysterio, stating, "I didn't start this, Rey did." Vickie, clearly distressed by the situation, expresses her worries about the negative impact their feud is having on the Guerrero family. Chavo coldly dismisses the notion of unity with Rey Mysterio, retorting, "Rey is no Guerrero." In a dynamic tag team match on SmackDown, Idol Stevens and Casey James, accompanied by McCool, faced off against the reigning champions, Paul London and Brian Kendrick. The match kicked off with London and Stevens in the ring, where London quickly showcased his technical prowess by taking Stevens down to the mat. The champions exhibited flawless teamwork with a stunning double-team maneuver, culminating in a high-flying double-team elbow drop off the ropes onto Stevens. Maintaining their momentum, London and Kendrick executed frequent tags, systematically targeting and weakening Stevens' arm. Kendrick's agility was on full display as he nailed a flying body press. However, Stevens showcased his resilience, fighting back to tag and the momentum with an armbar, but the champions quickly responded with a double-team hip toss and a series of kicks, demonstrating their championship caliber. Despite James's efforts, he only managed a 2 count following a collision with Stevens that saw London being thrown out of the ring. Stevens and James continued to press their advantage, with Stevens executing a body slam onto James's knee for another near fall. London, however, refused to be kept down, battling back against Stevens' onslaught. In a pivotal moment, London made the hot tag to Kendrick, who explosively entered the ring, clearing house. In the chaotic climax, London delivered a flying clothesline, setting up Kendrick for a roll-up on Stevens. The match's outcome seemed all but decided until James delivered a crucial kick to Kendrick's head. In a shocking turn of events, the duo known as the Teacher's Pets managed to steal one, securing a victory against the champions in a match filled with high-flying action, strategic teamwork, and a dramatic finish. Backstage at SmackDown, Ashley finds herself in conversation with the evening's guest host, Luke Perry. Eagerly, she expresses her admiration for him and inquiring about his latest television venture, Windfall. Their discussion, however, is abruptly interrupted by Kristal, who interjects to declare her own fandom for Perry, even mentioning she has a poster of him in her room. Ashley, taken aback, reminds Kristal that she and Luke were in the midst of a conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ashley. He seemed a little bored.
Just as the tension starts to escalate, Luke steps between them. He turns to Ashley, seeking her insight due to her experience as the previous year's Diva Search winner. Kristal seizes the opportunity to flirt, urging Luke to give her a call. During a special segment on SmackDown, hosted by The Miz alongside guest star Luke Perry, the final 4 Diva Search contestants were given 1 minute each to showcase their unique talents. First up was Jen, who decided to pay homage to
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
She energetically executed several kicks, cracking them open and dousing herself in a manner reminiscent of Austin's famous beer baths, much to the amusement of the audience.
Who's coming out with me tonight?
Layla followed, taking the stage in a police uniform. She announced she'd be laying down the law, dancing seductively around Luke Perry. She then dramatically tore off her uniform and performed some impressive splits. In a cheeky move, she threw a beer can at Jen, sparking an impromptu catfight between the two. Rosa took a different approach, opting to demonstrate her mixed martial arts skills. She shed her gi to reveal a more combat-ready attire before AT was the last to present, choosing to read a poem.
Should be begging the guy that you look like me after that.
Let me talk to her. All these niggas wanna fuck JT. They do.
When it came time to decide the winner, Luke Perry turned to the audience's reaction for judgment. Amid a sea of boos, Layla received the least negative response, crowning her the winner of this unconventional and highly entertaining talent showcase. Rey Mysterio is seen having a heartfelt conversation with Vickie Guerrero. Overcome with emotion, Vickie brings up the topic of Eddie Guerrero's passing.
My daughters don't have a father anymore.
Her tears reflecting the deep pain and loss she continues to endure. In a tender plea, she asks Rey Mysterio to find it within himself to forgive Chavo Guerrero and to put their ongoing conflict behind them for the sake of peace and in memory of Eddie. Rey Mysterio, visibly moved by Vickie's, expresses his commitment to try his best to move towards forgiveness in honor of Eddie Guerrero, stating that while he will strive for reconciliation in Eddie's name, he cannot fully promise forgiveness. Returning from a commercial break, momentum shifts as Rey Mysterio attempts a daring move, leaping out of the ring but injuring his left knee in the process. Outside the ring, Mr. Kennedy capitalizes on this by driving Rey's kidneys into the apron. Back inside the ropes, continuing to dominate with a series of moves that twist and torment Rey. Nevertheless, Rey Mysterio finds an opening, delivering an elbow strike and cleverly countering a sunset flip with a double kick to Mr. Kennedy's face. A springboard crossbody from Rey almost finishes the match, earning him a 2.5 count. Rey's resilience shines as he executes a crucifix pin attempt and a series of inventive moves, each earning him near falls, and just as Rey Mysterio sets up for his signature, Chavo Guerrero interferes, causing the match to spill outside the ring. The situation escalates with Vickie Guerrero attempting to intervene, only to be accidentally knocked down amidst the chaos. As Rey checks on Vickie, Chavo seizes the moment to land a cheap shot. The emotional turmoil peaks as Vickie, in tears, pushes away both combatants, signaling a deepening rift. In a regal scene backstage, King Booker is accompanied by his devoted queen, Sharmell. With an air of grandeur, King Booker ponders aloud, questioning how many formidable foes he must conquer to solidify his claim as the undisputed king of the world. Ever the supportive consort, Queen Sharmell interjects, reminding King Booker that the quantity of challengers is inconsequential. Emphasizing the significance of the impending showdown at SummerSlam, she highlights the animal as the pinnacle of their conquest, a challenge that will serve as King Booker's crowning achievement. King Booker and Queen Sharmell, the regal duo, grace the ringside with their royal presence, taking their places at the commentary table to oversee the night's main event. The anticipation in the air is palpable. The animal, showcasing his dominant strength, initially overpowers Finlay, setting the tone for the match. He tags in Lashley, who continues the momentum with powerful right hands against Regal. Despite Lashley's efforts, the tide turns when Finlay cunningly exploits the ring to his advantage, introducing Lil B from under the ring to slam onto Lashley, turning the match in their favor. Regal and Finlay, with their seasoned strategy, manage to isolate Lashley, preventing him from tagging in the animal. Finlay locking in a chinlock and delivering a significant clothesline, further wearing down Lashley. Despite Lashley's resilience, the duo of Finlay and Regal maintain control, effectively cutting the ring in half and keeping Lashley at bay. However, the momentum shifts when Lashley finds an opening, managing a desperate but crucial tag to the animal. Unleashing his pent-up fury, the animal enters the fray with explosive right hands, quickly turning the tables. The match escalates into chaos, with all competitors engaging in a frenzied exchange of moves, culminating in a spectacular display of double spears and a devastating spinebuster by the animal on Regal, securing the victory. In a post-match moment filled with tension and anticipation for their upcoming encounter, Batista approaches King Booker.
I want to thank you.
Thanks King Booker for holding the title.
But at SummerSlam, I'm going to be needing it back.
But at SummerSlam, he is going to be needing it back.
Bitch, I had to read again, because, bitch, I know you're not talking to me. Bitch, I know you're not talking to me, because, ho, you're not talking about Nathaniels. You're not talking about Nathaniel. I told that